welcome back to my channel. This is the Jasmin Chronicles, and today we have an exclusive interview with none other than the Jasmin Chronicles herself, also known as Sittin' Pretty Jazz on Instagram. She has been on YouTube since July of 2020, and she is here to tell us a little bit more about herself and what she's learned in her 27 years of life. Let's get into this interview. Hello, Jasmin. So happy to have you here. How are you? How are you holding up out there?
Hi, I'm doing really well out here actually. I'm in the Bay Area and we have some pretty good weather and some pretty cold weather sometimes. They just really need to make up their mind. But all in all, I'm holding up in my house.
That's great. It's good to hear. We're just gonna get into this. We're gonna ask you some questions and we just want you to answer them honestly. Have a time for your audience to get to know you a little more and see what you have learned in your 27 years of life. Let's get started. So first, I just wanna check in and see how you're doing. How are you feeling? Are you healthy?
Thank you so much for that. I am healthy. I think I'm getting healthier and healthier. I actually made a video on my channel recently about doing 30 days of Sydney Cummings and how that has really transformed my life thus far and like getting into better shape and feeling healthy. Overall, I'm doing good. It's a day-to-day thing for me.
This is a awkward question maybe, but I did want to ask it. Do you feel like you have enough money as a 27-year-old living in the Bay Area?
Enough money to survive, yes. Enough money for what I want to do with the rest of my life, no. I am someone who really wants to travel the world, and unfortunately that costs money. So I do have enough money to survive in my current state, but I'm always looking for new opportunities and other things that would help me to fulfill those dreams of traveling the world and making more content, getting a camera, things like that.
All right, that's great. And let's get on a little lighter note. Who do you love?
Currently, the two biggest loves of my life are my dogs. I have two dogs. One is King and one is Gizmo. They are the light of my life and they are the ones that keep me going. So I love them more than anything.
That's great. I know it's so hard to find love these days, but I'm glad that you have at least someone or something that you love. All right. Do you think that you are a good person? And can you tell us a little bit why you think that you're a good person?
So I think that I am a good person. I think it's a different barometer for every single thing, but for me, being a good person just means being good to people, being honest and truthful with yourself, and honestly being able to hear what other people have to say about you, positive or negative, and seeing how you can implement that to be a better person.
Now let's get a little bit into your friend group. Who do you consider your best friend?
So my best friend is definitely in this time of quarantine. My sister is my number one. I literally talk to her every day and we are such close friends that we can literally talk, like not say anything to each other, but be on the phone just because we want that something like having somebody there. We do that. And then also my best friend is 20's Jackson. She currently lives in Arizona and I love her so much and she's always there when I need her. But those are my two closest friends at this time.
So now that we have dived into your friendships and then how you're doing personally, we're gonna take a little deeper dive into you, Miss Jasmin Chronicles, if that's okay with you. So if you could tell us a little bit about your childhood dream.
When I was a child, I wanted to be a lawyer. I know it seems crazy now because of like where the path took me. But yeah, when I was younger, I definitely wanted to be a lawyer. I'm someone who likes to argue, still love to argue. I will have a great debate with you about anything, any topic. I love it. I love conversation. I love discussions. I love debates. I love figuring out why people think the way that they think. So yeah, when I was younger, I was like, I wanted to be a lawyer. In the end, there was law school and it was really expensive. So yeah, we took a different route, but we here, so it's okay.
And these days, how often do you find yourself laughing?
So if you know my sister, you know that she says things that could have everything to do with the topic you're talking about, or it could have nothing to do with the topic you're talking about. So I am very fortunate enough to find myself laughing every single day at something that my sister has said and or done, because she's funny and she's hilarious, honestly. And she's also a designer, so if anybody, I'm just gonna do a slight plug, if anybody needs the designs, any graphic designs, video editing, things like that. She creates all of my thumbnails. She creates my end screen, all of those things. Hit her up, Danny Monet Designs. Her information is always in the description box. Okay? But I'm grateful because she keeps me laughing.
Let's talk a little bit about what you've done. What do you think is the most important thing that you have done thus far?
Thus far has to do with understanding that this isn't all that I have to give. I think the most important things that I have done have been making the decision that you can do more than one thing, not allowing myself to be put in a box, and just creating, giving to the world what I feel like I can provide to the world through my experiences and sharing my moments.
And then on the flip side of that, what do you think is the most stupid thing that you have done so far?
Well, how much time do we have? If you've seen my channel, you know that there was a time in my life where I literally allowed someone to be the number one priority in my life, and I was not even on what priority list. I wasn't even close to it. So yeah, the dumbest thing or the stupidest thing that I've ever done is allowing someone to put someone else above my top priority and not even prioritizing myself and giving my time, energy, and money to someone who was not trying to invest in me at all. Yeah, never doing that again. Never doing that again.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about your fear. What do you fear the most at this current point in your life?
My current fear, my biggest fear that haunts me every day is constantly feeling like I'm going to make the wrong decision. I'm going to make the wrong move. I'm going to make the wrong choice. Yeah, that is what I constantly feel like. And I don't think you can ever truly know if you're going to make the wrong choice until you've actually made a decision and see the repercussions of it. But I'm constantly in a state of, well, what about this? But what about this? But what about this? But what about this? But what about this? Because I don't know what is the right decision for me. So that is my biggest fear, is making the wrong choice.
Understandable, definitely. And when was the last time that you cried?
Okay, so I'm a rather emotional person. So I cry almost weekly. But really it's like at a show or anything. If you or anyone who watches This Is Us, My Little Things, I just watched the first season of My Little Things and it was very sad. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Unless you don't want to cry, then don't watch it. But I'm someone who cries weekly, but it's usually at like a TV show.
I know, I always get you every time. All right, now let's talk a little bit about your future, where you see yourself. If you picture yourself in 5 years from now, what are you doing? What makes you happy? What are those things? What does that look like for you in 5 years?
So 5 years from now, I will be 32, I think, 32. I picture myself hopefully happy and loving the thing that I'm doing. Like I said, do I know what that is? No. Because I'm constantly feeling like I'm making the wrong decision. But I'm hopefully happy, settled, at peace with whatever decisions that I have made that have led me to where I am. I am an influencer on YouTube, and I am also doing Instagram. I'm founding a more love for photography, for video, for editing. I am creating content that makes me happy. I am doing things that make me happy and saying no to things that do not serve me. That is where I hope to be in the next 5 years.
And what is the best thing that could happen to you right now?
The best thing that could happen to me right now, I would be like a confirmation that this is all worth it. Specifically in my realm of YouTube currently, I am someone who I'd never imagined that I would actually be doing this. I've seen other people do it, but I never thought that I could do it. And I'm so grateful to be surrounded by people who believed in me. So the best thing that could happen to me right now would be to have my message be out there and see that people are watching and enjoying my content, interacting with them in any way that I can, and creating videos that my audience loves and can actually find helpful and resourceful, so that they don't have to be where I was and can listen to the advice if they want to take it. That's probably the best thing that could happen to me at this point. And you know, if I win the lottery, that wouldn't hurt either. If I was able to win the lottery, that would be great.
And then on the flip side of that, what is the worst thing that could happen to you right now?
For me, the worst thing, I mean, other than the imminent demise of the person that I am and falling into a deep depression hole, yeah, it's more of just feeling purposeless or not feeling like I'm like giving up fighting for myself, and just falling into a mundane routine just to like get by. That would probably be the worst thing, because I have this like, I'm just like, I can't do it. I'm like so motivated and so driven, but I know I still have days where I'm just like, oh, is it worth it? Is it? I don't know. So the worst thing that could happen is that I give in to that side of me and just stop creating and just go through a routine every day.
Is there anything in your life that you regret at this point? Anything at all that you would regret?
Life's too short for regrets. Yes, you make mistakes, but hey, now you learned it. Now you not make that mistake again. You might not. You might make it again. You may maybe take 2 times before you like, okay, stop. But yeah, I just think that you live your life that you were given, and that's just what we're gonna do.
And then on the flip side of that, what are you most proud of in your life at this current time?
I'm most proud of myself and my sister making our dreams come true. We have always been dreamers. It's what we do. But like seeing us actually go after it, chase it, do the things that we want to do is the most exciting thing, and the thing that I'm most proud of for me making this channel finally and getting messages out there, because I've wanted to do it for so long, and watching her just thrive and be in her element, okay? It's something that it's the thing that I'm most proud of at this current time in my life.
Now, I've seen your channel, I've watched your videos. I know that you are someone who is a believer, who believes in God. If you had a number one question to God at this point in time, what would that be?
Baby, where we going? What we doing? What we doing? That's it. That's the tweet.
And if you could sum up your life right now in one sentence, what would that sentence be?
That sentence would be the motto of my channel: adulting in progress. I don't think I'm ever going to be a finished project at all. Everything is always going to be a work in progress. So adulting in progress would be my life in one sentence.
And then I just have one final question before I let you go. Miss Jasmin Chronicles, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me and have this discussion. My last question is, are you happy?
Happiness for me is on a scale that slides back and forth every single day, it seems like. I think there are most days where I can make the decision to be happy, and it's a good day, it is productive, it is happy, it is great. Yes, there are some days where I am not. Like, where I feel like I'm not doing enough, where I feel like I am lost, where I feel like I am just at a crossroads in my life. I don't want to do it. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do anything productive today. I just want to be sad, and I want to be in this sadness. But there are lots more days where I am just like, you are doing the damn thing, okay? You're doing it. And I feel so happy about it. So yeah, I guess I am.
Thank you so much. We look forward to having you back here anytime that you want to have a conversation with yourself or anything like that, okay? All right, everyone, that was the lovely Jasmin Chronicles, also known as Sittin' Pretty Jazz on Instagram. If you have more questions for her that you want her to answer in her next interview, make sure to leave that down below in the comments section so that she can answer that for you. Again, this is Jasmin Chronicles having a conversation, interview with herself. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, beautiful people. I'm dancing with the stranger.
I have a circle of doom. I have a circle of doom. I don't know what's happening, and I don't know why I'm floating.
That's a really good question.